Operation Halmazag, conducted from October 31st to November 4th, 2010, marked a significant milestone as Germany's first major ground offensive since World War II. The operation took place in Afghanistan's Kunduz province, specifically targeting the village of Qatliam in the Char Dara district, a known Taliban stronghold. The primary objective was to establish a permanent outpost to enhance security and facilitate reconstruction efforts in the region. Background: prior to 2009, German forces in Afghanistan experienced limited direct engagements with Taliban insurgents. However, a surge in insurgent activities, particularly in Kunduz, Char Dara district, necessitated a strategic shift. In response, Germany revised its rules of engagement and began joint operations with Afghan security forces to counter the growing threat. This culminated in Operation Halmazag, aligning with ISAF's counterinsurgency strategy of shape, clear, hold, build, aiming to clear insurgent presence and establish sustained security. Planning and objectives. The operation was meticulously planned to encircle and neutralize insurgent forces in Qatliam. German paratroopers from Battalion 313, alongside Afghan National Army units and supported by U.S. and Belgian forces, coordinated a multi-directional assault. The plan involved Afghan police and U.S. infantry advancing along the eastern flank near the Kunduz River towards Isakel, while German armored units secured the route between Isakel and Qatliam. Simultaneously, German paratroopers and ANA forces would approach from the north and west, respectively, with additional coalition forces closing in from the south, effectively surrounding the insurgents. A key component of the operation was the construction of a concrete road, codenamed Little Pluto, to improve connectivity and support long-term security and development. The battle, October 31, 2010. As coalition forces advanced, they encountered resistance, including improvised explosive device, IEED attacks that damaged vehicles and resulted in minor injuries to both German and U.S. soldiers. Despite these challenges, German artillery, notably the Panzerhaubitze 2000 howitzer, provided effective fire support, and unmanned aerial vehicles conducted reconnaissance to assess enemy positions. November 1, 2010. At dawn, Taliban fighters launched assaults using small arms, anti-tank weapons, and mortars. German forces maintained their positions, utilizing artillery and close air support to suppress enemy fire. Concurrently, German commanders engaged in discussions with local leaders to garner support for the operation and future reconstruction efforts. November 2, 2010. Intense combat persisted as coalition troops tightened the encirclement of Qatliam. The Taliban employed hit-and-run tactics but were repelled by coordinated ground and air responses. Notably, German paratroopers thwarted an attempted flanking maneuver by insurgents, and continued diplomatic efforts with village elders led to agreements on cooperation and infrastructure development, including restoring electricity to the area. November 3, 2010, skirmishes continued, with German forces calling in artillery and airstrikes against identified enemy mortar positions. Insurgent attacks on Afghan police facilities in nearby Char Dara were also repelled, contributing to the stabilization of the broader district. November 4, 2010. The intensity of Taliban attacks diminished significantly. Reinforcements arrived to relieve initial assault units, and insurgent forces began retreating towards other strongholds. Some militants were apprehended by Afghan police while attempting to flee disguised as civilians. The successful establishment of the outpost on Little Pluto Road enabled the commencement of reconstruction activities, with German engineers clearing EEDs and initiating infrastructure projects. The German defense minister at the time, Karl Theodor zu Guttenberg, visited the troops to acknowledge their efforts. Aftermath. The operation resulted in a coalition victory with minimal casualties, 3 German and 3 U.S. soldiers wounded, and 2 German armored vehicles damaged. 12 Taliban fighters were confirmed killed. The establishment of the outpost near Qatliam facilitated the hold phase of the counterinsurgency strategy, ensuring sustained security presence and enabling reconstruction initiatives. Engagements with local communities were pivotal in promoting rebuilding efforts, such as reconnecting villages to the main power grid, funded by the German Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs. The operation demonstrated the capability of German forces to conduct complex offensive operations and contributed to the broader ISAF mission of stabilizing Afghanistan. Operation Halmazag stands as a testament to the evolving role of the Bundeswehr in international conflict zones, highlighting the challenges and successes of modern military engagement